In our previous episode, we spoke about how insomnia can keep you awake all night. And we also discussed what happens when your body is going through insomnia. And we also discussed a mudra for insomnia. All right. We also received a question from one of our users who said, I have been practicing this, but I wake up a couple of times in the night. Why is that, and how can I reduce that? So that's what we will be talking about in today's episode in Spirit Seeking with Pratik on Sound Health Solution. So the first thing that we have to understand is that our body functions according to a biological clock, which means it has its own clock. It has its own patterns. It has its own way of doing things. And your biological pattern may differ from another person. Some people might be able to digest some of the food items, while other people might not be able to digest the same food items. For example, dairy or meat, right? In a similar way, it also creates its own patterns of rest, right? And when that is disrupted, you tend to feel lethargic the next day. You feel like you've not had a restful sleep. And even if you practice mudras, you'll get some ease, that's for sure. But if you are still continuously waking up 2-3 times a night, you have to make sure that your environment around yourself is also appropriate for you to get restful sleep. What do I mean by that? It's our habits. It's whatever we do in the daytime that determines whether we sleep peacefully and sleep restfully or not at nighttime. So if you wake up 2 to 3 times a night, you need to understand the following things. The first thing is, how has your day been? Have you had enough exercise, enough physical exercise, and enough mental exercise? Because what happens is our body, which is full of energy, when that energy is not used properly, not directed outward properly, it keeps circulating inside our energy system. And sometimes it gets rotten in the energy system and makes you feel uneasy, right? So you have to understand how lively you were during the day. If you have been lying down on your bed for the entire day, of course, you will not have a good night's sleep because you might have already had a nap time during the daytime. The second thing is, if you are continuously waking up 2-3 times a night, try making a constant bedtime routine. Now, do not get discouraged that even if I do these mudras, I'm still waking up a couple of times a night. Make sure you keep a habit for at least 21 days, right? It takes at least 21 days for you to form a habit. So keep a proper bedtime routine. If you sleep at 10, then you sleep at 10. No matter what. Even if you don't fall asleep, you just lie down and you close your eyes, and you can rather do meditation or breathing exercises that makes you fall asleep, or you can practice mudras. But if you decide that you will sleep at 10 p.m., make sure that you do not go past that. Once you do this for a good number of days, the body will understand, oh, so this particular body of mine wants rest, desires rest from 10 p.m. at night to certain time in the morning. Another thing is, make sure you are aware of how much you use your mobile phones. The cathode rays from mobile phones, TVs, computers, they disrupt your sleep and you're not able to get deeper in your sleep, right? You might just have REM sleep and not have delta sleep, right? We shall talk about these 2 kinds of sleep in our future videos. Another thing is, you need to regulate your intake of caffeine. If you wake up a couple of times at night, understand that although you are willingly trying to sleep, The caffeine or the nicotine in your body keeps your brain activity alive. And the less activity your brain does during nighttime, the deeper you'll be able to fall asleep, and your sleep will be more restful, right? And as we're speaking about caffeine and nicotine, we cannot miss our diet. You need to understand what suits you. For instance, a lot of people say that drinking a glass of milk makes you sleep more peacefully and deeply. But I realized that for me, if I take a glass of milk, I am just unable to sleep deeply during the night. I can feel my stomach gurgling and its digestive functions happening, and I'm unable to just let myself go. I toss and turn in my sleep, but I still know that I'm not asleep completely. So make sure you are aware of your diet. Some people might have difficulty if they drink a glass of milk. Some people might have difficulty in sleeping if they consume meat, for instance. Make sure you try different diets and figure out what's healthiest for you. If you are continuously waking up at night, try to avoid daytime napping, right? What happens with people who have insomnia and people who wake up at night regularly is that when they wake up in the morning, they feel like they have not had enough sleep and they feel groggy throughout the day. And then after several hours, they feel like they need to sleep during daytime in order to fulfill whatever they could not get during the night. And we sleep during the day, take a nap. But again, that disrupts the sleep pattern again. And although we might sleep at 10 o'clock, you're very likely to wake up at 2, right? Another thing is alcohol. You need to be very wary of this, right? People have experimented with alcohol, and what they've found is although it makes you fall asleep, it also makes you wake up later in the night, right? You might want to take that shot of tequila or vodka in order to fall asleep and forget the world. But understand that once a certain span of time passes, it starts functioning in a anti-clockwise direction and you find yourself awake during the night, right? And even if you wake up at night, do not worry. Just stand up, take a short walk just around your room, do something for about 20 minutes. Try not looking at your phone or your computer. You can do breathing exercises just to relax yourself better. You could do Vipassana, and then you go back to sleeping. It's communicating with your body. The body says, I don't want to sleep. And you say, sleep, go to sleep. No, that's not the right way to do it. If your body says, I don't want to sleep, you wake up, you walk around and say, all right, I'm here with you. All right. And after a while, you go back to bed. And then you say, let's go to sleep. Let's go to sleep, body. Let's go to sleep, mind. And you are more likely to fall asleep faster and have more restful sleep. If you liked this video, do not forget to press the like button. If you like whatever is happening in Sound Health Solution, please subscribe to us. We'll come up with more videos like this for you. And if we have missed anything, let us know in the comments box below. We are ever inquisitive and ever enthusiastic of encompassing your comments and your opinions in whatever we present. Until next time.